What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's Big Jackpot. I'm right back at him like I never left. Okay, so this particular weekend, I had a somewhat of an epiphany. Basically, I bought a book like 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago. I bought this book like 6 months ago, y'all, and so over the weekend, I had the time to finish it. So it took me about a week or so to finish it, but I finally had the time to finish it. And it's by Trudeau. So if you don't know who Mr. Trudeau is, Mr. Trudeau is um, the man that basically he got indicted for he stole a bunch of stuff, right? And what he did was he was like selling all of this stuff online, and he he had like a $43 million indictment. So they were saying, dude, you lying. So Kevin Trudeau, my bad, it is crazy because he didn't he had like this was like his second case. So after he got after he got done this time, they gave him like 12 years for this stuff. So when Kevin Trudeau caught this FTC violation. He fought it. He act like he didn't do it. He got convicted of this fraud. If you're not familiar with him, then you got to just do your research. He was doing like a lot of the late night ads and stuff, and so he called himself a $1 billion businessman, which is partly half BS. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with y'all. So Kevin Trudeau got this book. It's called "Your Wish Is Your Desire." So your wish is your command. So this particular book, um, I ran across it. It's like an ad for it. And when I ran across the book, it kind of like touched on some of the stuff that I like to read about. And I thought it was interesting that this man who had did all of this time for these fraud and all of this, I thought it was kind of crazy that he still had a third chance at working the system, basically. So when I seen it, I said, dang, dog, I gotta read this book. I'm just being honest with y'all, man. So I'm like, dog, I gotta read this book. And the book was great, right? The book was great, and I don't want to try to downplay anything that he's done, but when you get like fraud cases and stuff, um, I'm just writing this in the comments so y'all know what it is. There you go. So that's what the book is called. I just left a comment. But the book was really good. The book was about 450 pages to actually read, about 500 pages in total. And the book was actually good. It touched on some of the stuff like The Secret and different things like that. And if you into books about like As a Man Thinketh and Magic Ladder to Success and different things like that, then this is a really good book for you, and it's something to add to your library. Once again, that's it right there. Your wish is your command. Is dope, but it made me think about something. So people always have advice. Old people have advice. Young people think they have advice because they think they know technology and other things that you may not be as fond of on or whatever. And I'm telling you, you have to be careful of who you listen to. Now, if you read this book and you didn't know this man was convicted of fraud and all the other things that he was convicted of, you would take everything literal and you would feel like everything he said was law. But him saying that he was a part of some mastermind and he was in cahoots with these billionaires and all of this stuff in the book, it it could be entertainment. The me for me, the Bible is somewhat entertainment, somewhat stories and different allegories to make you understand the actual meaning of a lot of this stuff. And so his book was a lot of that, and it was something that was really good. But it made me really think about the different people that you listen to, right? I had a professor in my when I was finishing my bachelor's degree, and my professor was very great at teaching business, and I thought she was awesome. I said, okay, she must have a business somewhere generate millions of dollars and she just loves teaching. And that wasn't the case when she and I had a conversation, like a sidebar conversation. She was like, Mr. Hill, you really love business. She was like, I just don't. Basically, she was like, I love teaching. And that was it. The way she explained it to me, it made me realize that some people teach, some people actually do. Some people are great at communication and they can communicate anything and make you believe them. Some people are just con artists. And I don't want to put this on Mr. Trudeau, but he's a con artist. Like, it just is what it is. You've already been convicted of fraud twice. Like, it just is what it is. So when she explained this to me, that she didn't like business, she just liked teaching business. And that's why it seemed like she was all in, because she was very passionate about teaching business. Now, I had other professors before her and one after, but I had other professors before her who were actually entrepreneurs. And although they wasn't as great at teaching as she was, they had real life experience to bring to the table, and their questions, their questions were a little different when it came to testing and everything. It wasn't just, do you know the work? And it was the same thing for their answers. If you asked them a question, it was coming from experience. So people know different things. You have people who are very educated. They went to school. They have, bachelor's and MBAs and doctorate degrees in something, whether it's psychology, business, whatever. They have information that they've learned and that they have put together in their toolbox. Then you have people with experience, and experience can be another teacher. So you have people that have these experiences, but they may not have degrees, and they can explain things to you a little different, even though it may not be in technical terms, may not, or it may be. Maybe they have some type of informal education, but they've been through something, so their insight on something than somebody who's just teaching something. Then you have people who've done none of it. I know for sure two marketers that are online selling things that they've never done, like literally never done. They have no clue how to do this. I know they don't. I'm almost willing to bet you $1,000 to a bucket of crap that they have no clue. They're just internet marketers. That's what they do, right? So if they're telling you something, it's probably something they heard from somewhere else, or it's probably something they stole from somebody else. So now you start to get in this, you start to get in this, in this space where you just picking up knowledge from all over the place. And you just think, oh man, I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. But this knowledge is telling you this knowledge is telling you something else. This person is telling you don't do something. This person is telling you do it, and you don't know who to listen to. This creates a problem because it creates a lot of noise. So now you just hear a bunch of noise. You don't know which way to go. You don't know to go left, right, up, down. You don't know if you're inside or out. You don't have a clue because you listening to everybody tell you the same information, and everybody experience and education is different, and some people have none. Some people have none. They haven't tried this stuff out. They haven't learned about any of this stuff. They're literally watching the next fool online talk about something. They repackaging it and they selling it to you. So you have to be careful who you listen to. You have to. You you are going to create more of a problem for yourself trying to listen to people over here, trying to listen to people over there, and people who have no type of experience, no type of education, and they have done nothing to validate the information that they are regurgitating to you. Some people read books and they think, well, I got it. But if you read a book about business in 2002, the book is going to be different than 2026. It just is what it is. You have different editions of books for a reason. So if you read one thing about a business, they're not necessarily teaching you systems and processes, automation, and AI. If it was 2002, they can give you some form of it, but it's outdated. It doesn't make the information wrong. For 2002, that information might have been golden. That information might have been the top tier information of 2002. It may have been the greatest thing since cooked food, the best thing since sliced bread in 2002. But in 2026, business has totally changed. The understanding of business has changed. It's like almost night and day. Basic concepts remain, some of the financials remain, but how to actually run your business has changed. And you have to consider that if you are reading a book from 2002 about business, if you are reading a book about computers from 2002, undoubtedly, most of that stuff is outdated. It's something just to get your juices flowing, get your antennas up, and then you got to go find more updated information. That's something that I do when I read books, unless it's a classic, like a classic business book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, anything like that type of financing book, whatever. If it's something like that, then I'm reading it and I understand that this is not necessarily dated. The information can be universal no matter what time we in. But for the most part, if you are reading about internet marketing and things like that, man, this type of stuff change every other month almost. Now they're using Claude more than they're using Chat GPT. Next month it'll be Perplexity. The next month it might be something else, Gemini or one of these other things. Like you can't get caught up in all the minutia and all of the noise. You have to understand that you have a business to run. So you have to make sure you're running your business to the best of your ability. If you are not running your business based on somebody knowledgeable or somebody experienced, then you are probably listening to the wrong people. You have people that make content. I don't make content every day because I'm not a content creator. I actually run a business. I just got off the phone with 3 clients in like an hour and a half. Like I actually have a business. I'm actually at my desk. I do turn on my camera and do things at my desk to create content, but I'm not necessarily a content creator. And even when I'm in a zone and I create a bunch of content, I still have clients. I have clients texting me now. Like, I have clients texting me like I still have clients. I still have things to do, right? So I'm only understanding of what's going on. So you have people that are funders. Like I had to actually learn business funding. Shout out to Ashley for teaching me business funding. I just shared a post of hers on my Facebook page. If you're not familiar with Ashley, Ashley is a great funding expert, and I was blessed enough to be able to take her last cohort of her business funding program, and I paid for it. Even though I have a somewhat of a relationship with Ashley, I did not try to talk Ashley out of paying for her course or anything like that. And I've basically set up my own funding business. Although I was already doing funding, I was outsourcing it. But in learning it, I understood something. So you have people that are marketers, and then they pay somebody like Ashley to actually do the funding. So what these people are doing is they're going on things like this, like lives and making YouTube channels, and they have a big following, and they're coming on there and they're telling you about funding, and then they're passing the funding along to somebody like Ashley because they don't really understand funding. They understand just enough to sound good when they make content like this, but they don't really understand the process. They're not really taking people through the process of funding. And it's not all of them, but most of them are just hiring somebody like Ashley and they're getting a percentage of it. And so how this works is they may have 100 people go through their funnel every day. And they gonna pre-qualify them and ask them questions within the funnel to see if they are actually eligible for some type of funding. And then they send them to somebody like Ashley to do the funding. So if I'm gonna learn, who do you think I should learn from? Should I learn from the internet marketers who are basically siphoning people into their funnel? Or should I learn from the person that's actually doing the funding? This is why I'm telling y'all to be careful who y'all listen to because it's important. It's important for you to understand what people actually do. When I tell people that I coach businesses, it's not that I'm telling you, hey, your business is failing because you need to come join my program. What is your program? Well, my program is for failing businesses. Most of these people talking y'all in circles. When I tell people that I'm a consultant and I actually consult, if you talk to me, I just spoke with a marketing company yesterday, I believe. Yeah, I think it was yesterday, whatever, but all these days running together. But I spoke with a marketing company who's actually running ads and doing this for other people. And I spoke to one of the owners prior, and they were like, oh my God, you got to talk to my partner. When I talked to the partner and I had this on a Zoom video. I don't make stuff up. So when I talked to the partner, within 10 minutes of the conversation, he could tell the difference. I am not them. I didn't go and get an MBA to go work at Ford or Chrysler or any of that. I understand business like through and through. I'm telling you. So when people talk to me about their business, it's different than you talking to an internet person who just do internet marketing. Everything they do is going to lead you back to internet marketing. Some people don't need more internet marketing. It doesn't make sense for you to go run ads until you have your back office together. It doesn't make sense for you to go add certain pieces until your actual foundation is strong and you can handle more clients. You may need to add team members. You may need to add VAs. You may need to add other contractors to do certain things. So when you talk to people and all they want to do is sell you a funnel, then you end up with a funnel that you paid two, three, $4,000 for. You end up paying for ads, and you have no type of system to actually withstand whatever traffic the funnel and the ad to get you. So you gotta be careful who you listen to, and you gotta understand what's in it for them. Are they really gonna give you the best advice? I ended up introducing the marketing team to my team for nothing. For nothing. I didn't say, look, I'm going to charge them X amount of dollars, blah, 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 blah. I literally introduced them to my team, and I made the introduction and got out the way. I didn't make a dollar out of this introduction. But I'm trying to explain to you, they'll come back for something else. They'll come back for something else. In the end, every dollar is not my dollar. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm good at. And me putting myself in the middle of them, my marketing team, I'd have just been a middleman. So now they have to deal with their clients. Then they have to deal with me. Then I got to relay the message to the marketing team. Then I got to do X, Y, and Z. That's not what I'm in the business of, right? So what I actually do is I help people grow their business. Sometimes you need a little coaching because you in the way. You may be in the way. You may can't get out of your own head. You may not know the best business structure to use. You may not understand certain things, and I can help you do that. Boom, we do that, and then I have the pieces in place to actually build the infrastructure. That's what I do. So it looked like it's all over the place. I just explained this to one of my clients. I said, because she was like, you really, like we were just talking about what she needed. And I was like, I know it seemed like I'm doing everything, but basically I'm like the quarterback. So I have wide receivers, running backs, I have everybody else on the field, and I just basically draw the play up, let's get it. That's pretty much all I do. But I do this from a certain standpoint to where I'm able to see what your business need and I'm able to provide that. Now, if you have somebody that only does one thing, let's say all they do is credit repair. When you go deal with them, it doesn't matter what you're going through, they're going to try to repair the credit. Sometimes you don't need credit repair. Sometimes you only need to pay some things down. But they're not going to tell you that because they want to make their money off credit repair because that's where they make their money. I don't necessarily make my money off of credit repair. So if you don't need credit repair, I'm going to tell you you don't need credit repair. You need X, Y, and Z. And then you will trust me enough for me to do your taxes. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever else. So when I talk to people and I'm telling them, be careful who you listen to, they don't necessarily get it, man. We not all created equal. People are saying they are business coaches and they don't understand the first about business. You have some of these girls, and I seen one of them being interviewed. She was basically a sugar daughter. Like, I don't know what they call it, whatever. But she was basically a sugar baby. And she had somebody like taking care of her. But she was stunting for the internet and saying, I got this with my business credit and I did this and did that. And when people started to actually pay her for mentorships and consulting, she didn't know what to do with them. Like, you don't really understand business. You literally hit a lick during the COVID PPP era. You found you a sugar daddy or trick, whichever one, I don't know. But they're taking care of you. And that's fine. But for the people who actually need help, who actually have a business that they want to run, who actually have things that they want to build upon, they're trusting whatever you put out, and then you're misleading them. And then when they call you a fraud, you're going to be ready to fight. In the end, it's up to you as a business owner to actually be careful who you listen to. It's up to you to actually vet these people and see what they're talking about online. One thing with me, I don't want the girl that's shaking her behind to be my business mentor per se, right? Somebody else might not mind that, but I'm with me, I would rather you be a business mentor, right? Like it just is what it is. Some people may feel that way about rappers. I don't want you as a rapper to be such and such, right? So you have to vet these people. You have to understand if they actually know what the hell they talking about, or if they are just selling you a jalopy. If they're just internet marketers. Some people are great at internet marketing, but that's not what they're selling. They're selling you everything but that. Like the girl who had only did the PPP stuff. Girl, you were great at internet marketing, but you don't understand business. You're great at posting a good story with some good editing, a good couple filters or whatever else you're doing. You great at showing the right angles on your BBL or whatever else you got going on. That's great. You're great at that, but you are not a credit specialist. You are not a business specialist. You are not a business funding specialist. All you are is a big fake booty that take pictures. That's it. Just you can tell other girls with BBLs how to get their likes and views up. That's what you're good at. So now when you say now if you really are, that's something else, right? If you really are a good business mentor or you really understand business and you just went and got you a BBL and you like showing off what you paid for, that's your business. If you got the real thing and you like showing it off, that's your business. But what I'm saying is if you're somebody that really don't have any knowledge of something and you're just building up a following, showing off your BBL and what your sugar daddy bought you, then you dead wrong because people have businesses and they may only have $10,000 to grow their business and you charging that for mentorship and then they come and pay you and now their business is flipping and flopping all across the concrete like a fish out of water because you really don't understand business. And it's sad, but I'm at the point where I don't even feel sorry for those people because they're looking for a quick fix. If I looked at some of these people pages, I know they don't know what they're talking about. I know they just copying somebody else's stuff or using Chat GPT and doing whatever else. They don't really understand business and how it works. And it don't take much. It only take a little bit, and you will see that most of these people are FOS. That means full of shit. If you just look a little bit further and a little bit deeper, you will see that this person is not who they pretending to be. They're trash, right? They're trash. People come to me after they go to somebody else. They come to me with businesses with the information all over the place. They come to me with stuff that they seen on YouTube. Well, I did this because on YouTube it said such and such. No, you shouldn't have started that business with a PO box. People come to me and it's harder to clean up a mess than it is if I just started the business from scratch. If I just started the business from scratch. And when I tell people be careful who you listen to, it's a reason because you listening to anybody. Yeah, you should go get your business from LegalZoom. They'll do it for you for free. No, it's not free. They're telling you it's free, and that's how they're putting it off. But it's not free. LegalZoom is going to overcharge you, and then when it comes time for you to renew your license or your business, you do your annual, they're going to charge you extra for that. Stop believing the hype. If you want to go and do your LLC yourself, that's fine. If you don't, you're going to pay somebody to do it right. You're going to have to pay somebody to do it right. I can go outside right now and cut my lawn, but I don't need to. I got a big ass lawn. I don't want to sit outside cutting my lawn, the front or the back. I don't want to cut either one. I'm going to pay somebody to do it and do it right. They do it, they edge it, they cut bushes. I'm happy. Here's a tip. You enjoy the rest of your day. That's just how I think. I could try to go out and fix my car. I had a slow leak yesterday. Well, it started Sunday, but I got it fixed yesterday. And I could have went out there and, well, I'm gonna figure out how to patch this up and do. No, I'm not. The guy charged me $50. It was two nails in my tires. He charged me $50. I was glad to pay him. I gave him a two top pop and a tip and left. Stop trying to do everything yourself if you don't know how to do it. Now, if you know how to do it and it only takes 15, 20 minutes. But if you don't know how to do it, give somebody them couple dollars, get it done right, and go on about your business. At this point, I've bumped my head so much. I've had clients that bumped their head. I've had to get businesses renewed that hadn't been paid in 5, 6, 7 years. It's a whole new system in Michigan. Most people not even hip to that. And you have to claim your business. But people are not talking to people about that. They're trying to overcharge you and make it like it's some type of hidden thing. It's free. Go claim your Michigan business portal and go claim whatever businesses you have. Get them up to date. Do what you have to do. It is not rocket science. Stop letting these people trick y'all and fool y'all into thinking business is rocket science. But if you have things that you really want to get done right, you have to go to the right people. And there's levels to this. So I had a VA that did websites, and I was doing websites and showing love and doing whatever. And it ended up being much like a little headache of the last couple websites. And I was like, listen, man, I don't even feel like dealing with this. I have a much better marketing company that I work with. They charge a little more, but websites will not be cheap. Like a good website with the right SEO, the right information, the right things to get you ranked on Google and all of that, it's going to cost you a couple of dollars. Stop being cheap on your business. If you just want to go get a GoDaddy site and you get bad SEO and bad everything else, that is fine. I'm telling you, it's all good. But everybody not going to tell you that that's not a good way to go about getting a website. And there, every website is not created equal. You can get a landing page if that's what you need. Whatever it is, you can get 3 pages, whatever. The main thing is that you're actually ranking for what you need to rank in. Business is not universal. Stop listening to these people. Stop with all the noise. Some people come ask me, JP, well, they said if I do a credit sweep, then I can get funding. You can't. You're not going to get funding after you do a credit sweep. Stop believing the hype. Stop believing the hype. You're not going to get funding after a credit sweep. You're not going to get you're not going to apply for a home right after a credit sweep. Basically, it's wiping the credit away. It's saying you have nothing on there. Your number may go up and you may, oh, I got a 720, whatever. That's cool. But you have no credit history because it's clean. Stop believing the hype. Stop believing the hype. Go get your credit repaired the right way. Get it repaired the right way. I'm gonna put real life boost in there. If you need to copy and paste it, copy and paste real life boost. So this is reallifeboost.com. It is free. It's free. The only thing you got to pay for is credit monitoring, which is like $29. Reallifeboost.com. Go get your credit fixed for free. You just have to print out the letters. It's really simple. I have a few people already using it. They love it. It's just literally click, click, boom, update your credit repair, click, click, boom, download your letters, send them off. You don't have to pay $200-300 a month, not even to somebody like me. I don't think I charge $300 a month. I charge like $100 a month, but you don't have to pay me. You don't have to pay me. You can go do this yourself. You can go do that yourself, and then you're gonna have to go to the CFPB, and you're gonna have to put in some complaints with them too. After like I do it every 3 rounds. That's the sauce. I'm telling you, the sauce is use the software, do a CFPB complaint every 3 months, every 3 rounds. So it may be every 4 months because a round is about 40 to 45 days. That's the sauce. Stop believing these people with all these wickety wham, bookity boom stuff. If you go use Real Life Boost, it's going to give you a full credit report every month. All you do is file your complaints and get the hell on. Stop believing the hype. I'm telling y'all, the internet is giving y'all a bunch of BS. It's making y'all like go all ziggity boom. And I'm telling you, it's not that. It's very simple. Find one person and listen to them. Stop believing the hype. We are going to start doing workshops at Cocoon. If you are not familiar with Cocoon, Cocoon is at 2785 East Grand Boulevard. We're going to start doing business workshops. I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna make this simple for everybody. We gonna do this real simple. Just come up there. It's free. I'm gonna do these workshops once a month. Just come up there. I'm not gonna come up there and sell you nothing. If you see that you need something, that's fine. But this is not to lead you into anything like a sales funnel. Just come up to Cocoon and I'm gonna help you out. Starting, I got text classes in September, so we'll start that in October. I'll give y'all some dates for October, November, December, and we just gonna do business, y'all. Like all this internet mumbo jumbo, it's a lot of noise. Stop listening to these people who have really no clue about what they talking about. Just stop. I'm just wishing y'all the best as business owners. I hope y'all really understand where I'm coming from. but it's so serious that people don't understand basic business concepts. And some of these people been in business 5, 10, 20 years, and they just letting these internet people, because your business start to lose a little traction, and then you just like fumbling and you just scrambling for anything, and you catching all of this stuff on the internet, and people telling you different stuff, and they telling you how you don't need a personal guarantor to get these cars in your business name. I don't even have a car in my business name. You can get it, but I'm just telling you, it's going to take more than what they're telling you that you need, right? It's real life. You got to build business credit. They're telling you to build it for a reason. You don't put in something and tomorrow is business credit. You can do it in 5, 6 months, or you can do it in a year. I built my business credit in like 10 months. I had an 80 paydex in 10 months, and I was up to 100 after like probably like 14 months, like whatever it was. I paid on it, and it ended up giving you a good payback score. But I'm telling you, most of the stuff on the internet is BS. Get you a good mentor, a good coach, or somebody, and follow them. You don't got to pay them like I pay my funding mentor. I pay her, even though she give enough game away for free. I still paid her because I actually wanted to learn it, and I have everything I need to set up the funding leg of my company by the time I was done with her 10-week course. I'm just telling y'all, man, you have to find somebody that really has the education, the knowledge, or the experience. Either way, it could be a combination of all, whatever, but just find somebody that really has the game, and either soak up whatever they got for free, pay them for one-on-ones or group mentorship or coaching, but just stop believing everything on the internet is going to get you in trouble. The internet is full of scammers and BSers, and I hate that for y'all. That's it. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Once again, the lesson is stop listening to everybody.